From New York.
We're good? Okay. Hello and good morning to everybody tuning in to the Weekend Sports Recap for episode 8. I can't believe we're already 8 episodes in. It's really flying by. But just crazy week again in all professional sports, college. There was quite a bit of upsets, a couple teams getting eliminated from college football playoffs, a lot of crazy upsets in the NFL, and surprise teams that are doing really well in the NBA.
The first week or so, first week of college basketball in the books. Already some crazy stuff happening throughout the world of college basketball, especially with that AP poll rankings. Rick Pitino saying that was the worst defensive performance he's seen in New York City in like a decade.
We'll get into St. John's and all to them.
We'll get into everything.
But you want to start off your show with something?
So before we start, we just want to take a moment of silence for the repose of the soul of Marshawn Kneeland, and just send a message out there. If anyone is in need of help, someone is out there for you. Reach out if you need help or anything like that.
Thoughts and prayers are with the families.
Thoughts and prayers are with the Kneeland family, the Packers organization, or
Cowboys organization.
Cowboys organization, but especially his family, his girlfriend, and his loved ones.
So we're going to stick around with NFL. I know it's not an ideal jump going from something so sad to talking about the NFL as a whole, but a couple games that I thought were really noteworthy this week is I think the Seahawks are the favorite in the NFC, in my opinion. Them and the Lions look night and day better than everybody in the NFC.
I think the Colts, it's going to be a Colts-Eagles
Super Bowl, you think? I don't know, man.
Colts, okay.
The Eagles have been hit or miss.
The coaches of the Colts, but he's turned Daniel Jones into like a top 5 quarterback.
I mean, it also helps when you have the best running back in the league right now. What was it? 3 touchdowns yesterday, right? 3 touchdowns yesterday, 286 yards. I think that was the most in Colts. 244, 286 total yards. That was the most, I think, ever by a Colt, which is ridiculous. And he should be up there in MVP conversation. Right now, I have him over Daniel Jones for MVP. Like, he's just playing at that high of level. I mean, another player who was on the Seahawks is playing at that high level, who's projected to, I don't know anymore, but I know he had another 100-yard game yesterday, is JSN. He's on pace to, or close to being on pace to beating Calvin Johnson's receiving record. And Sam Darnold's that QB.
Giants, another defensive collapse led to another loss. Truthfully, I think at this point, I hope they don't fire Daboll because
I don't think it's on Daboll. I think it's just the health. I mean, Dart got hurt too yesterday.
You get Jax, you lose Neighbors to a torn ACL because of the turf at MetLife. Then you lose Scadaboo to fractured bones and a dislocated whatever it was.
Ankle, I think.
Yeah. And then now Dart with a concussion. I think you're trying to, at this point,
you need to build an offensive line.
Have the lowest I hate saying this as a Giants fan, but like honestly at this point, try to just plan for the offseason now. Get a good rookie draft pick, build your defensive offensive line or whatever. And then wait for Neighbors and Scadaboo to return next year. And so when that comes, you're ready to go. Because truthfully, the Giants, I haven't felt like they've been like as bad this year.
No, it was on the defense.
That Eagles win was one of the most complete football games I've seen the New York Giants play in recent history. And everyone was saying, oh, the Eagles are going to walk into MetLife and trounce the Giants. And the Giants, like, butt kick. Like the Eagles got a butt kicking from the Giants. It was horrible.
I mean,
37-17 at MetLife. You walk in there and you go back to Philadelphia with empty-handed, like
against a Giants team that wasn't projected to do anything, but Dart rose them back from the dead.
Yep.
But another team that looks from the dead right now, I don't know what is going on with this team. You could beat the Chiefs one week, and then the following week you lose to one of the worst offenses in the NFL. I don't know what to expect anymore from the Bills. Like, they're so inconsistent right now. How do you, again, like I said, you barely beat the Chiefs, but again, the Chiefs are a good team. But then you get demolished by the Dolphins. That doesn't make any sense. Their offense needs something, and they didn't do anything at the trade deadline this year.
Really think like this day and age with like I know this is going a little off topic. This day and age with all like the trade deadlines, whatever it is, like in my opinion, it's like you got to really like look at the organizations as a whole. Like there's a lot of like stuff going around about Jerry Jones and the Cowboys not doing anything during the trade, like trading away basically like their entire team, and the Jets trading away Sauce Gardner to where do you go to
The Colts.
Yeah, making that team that's already
They made it a great team,
a Super Bowl contender, a better team. And it's just like this day and age with like the trade deadline when money gets involved, all like the finances of teams, whatever it is, like the business. I don't know. It's just unpredictable. And like when you think, oh, a team should be making a move, they don't. And a team that shouldn't be making any moves and just sticking with the team they have, trade away like half their roster, like the Jets. Like Aaron Glenn's just gone after this year anyway.
I mean, they've won 2 consecutive, the most random blowing up the team and then winning 2 straight, which is the most random thing, trading away Sauce Gardner. Maybe and you end up winning yesterday against the Browns. I mean, it's the Browns, and I can't say what people were calling. I could call it. It was kind of what they call the poop bowl yesterday, the Browns versus Jets, because no one's gonna watch that game.
Maybe he was the issue.
I mean, Justin Fields is so bad. He threw the ball 11 times.
Who they put in place of Justin Fields? Who's their backup?
That's a good question. I don't know, but he played the whole thing yesterday. I mean,
they didn't put him in yesterday. They like pulled him out. Like, I hope the
was it Tyrod? I think.
I hope Tyrod. I hope they don't.
The Jets and Giants just need a tank at this point. I don't think you're able to compete. And the Jets got a lot of first-round picks over the deadline. They got like
Steelers,
3.
The Steelers Chargers game yesterday.
I turned that off at halftime.
No, I was with you when we turned.
Yeah, that was what was it? It was projected to be like
5-3 at one point.
Yeah, and then they scored a touchdown late to make it 12-3. I'm like, I'm not watching this. I know it's going to be not a great game. But looking just at the rest of the slate, a really random upset. The Saints beating the Panthers out of nowhere yesterday. I mean, the Panthers were hot. They were playing really good football. I mean, you got demolished by the Bills, but that's the Bills. But you beat the Packers. That was a good win for them last week. And then just, again, collapsing against the Saints, who were, again, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Jaguars, again, just collapsing, allowing 26 unanswered in that fourth quarter to lose, which is insane.
The Dolphins upsetting the Bills.
Yeah, that's just so random. Like, that's why I don't know if the Bills are going to do anything in the AFC because they are so inconsistent.
Tua didn't even do anything. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Oh, the interceptions were like bad interceptions though. Like
15 for 21 with 173 yards passing. Josh Allen looked lights out though. 24 for 40, 28 for 40, 306 yards.
They did nothing in the red zone. That's why they got in the red zone once.
53 yards, 13 attempts.
Yeah, James Cook didn't do well either.
I don't care what anyone says how bad the Dolphins are. Devon
Achane is him. That's the only reason why they are winning football games. Is the reason why.
Jalen Waddle's
good too. But again, when you have Tua throwing you the ball, Tua turn the ball over, it's going to be tough to actually be a solidified good wide receiver. But I think once he leaves that system and Mike McDaniel will have a shot to be a good.
I think
wide
he should
receiver.
Retire because truthfully,
dude, Jalen Waddle?
No.
Oh, Tua?
Yeah, because
he's young, but he's not going to retire.
I understand everything about whatever. He's young. He has a career ahead of him. I take this quote from I forget who it was. Like one of his good friends said this. He said that like he wants to see Tua to be able to walk his kids down the aisle at their wedding, and if he gets any more like head injuries or concussions, something bad could happen.
Oh yeah. Like he probably had like 3 or 4 already by this point in his career, and he's young.
I don't want to get like too down in the depths with this, but like then it becomes like the whole thing about like like I don't know, is he like safe being in the NFL? Like I don't know, it's just like, and he doesn't wear a Guardian cap either, so it's not like
he said no, I'm not gonna wear it. I'm like, dude, you gotta wear it. Like it's gonna save you from another concussion. And I forgot, I think it was Gruden said the same thing about Dart. The way he plays, it's a very aggressive style of football, and it's going to come back to haunt him eventually. And again, the concussion
He
was
has
only
this
one.
he has
But
this he has this confidence to him that I really like about Jackson Dart, and it makes him one of the more, like, appealing quarterbacks, I think, in the NFL. It's, like, the fact that you covered, you're a rookie quarterback, you played in the preseason, you beat the Bills, and they asked him, "Oh, how do you think you played today?" And he's like, "Mid." And he threw 2 touchdowns and, like, ran for 1 more.
he's got that dog mentality.
And that's what Brian Daboll said. He's like Jackson. He's really hard on himself. It's not about what the coaches think. It's about what he thinks. And personally, I'm a big Jackson Dart guy. I am always a fan of an Ole Miss quarterback coming into the Giants organization because of Eli. But yeah, I don't know. Jackson Dart, in my opinion, he can get. I think he's gonna have a great career.
Oh, Jackson Dart's going to be great. I think that's what they needed was a QB like that. And another team who's getting their QB back and is probably going to make some noise down the stretch. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are back. They're going to make some noise. I think they could squeak into a playoff spot. I think the Jags are going to fall. Like, I don't know.
You know who is cooking though? The Broncos.
The
Denver
Broncos.
Broncos. Sean Payton's system is actually really
But
good.
that offense is atrocious. Like one of the worst offenses I've seen week
They're
in and
8
week out.
2 though.
Yeah,
For
but
the
when you
first
drop
time-
when you drop 10 points against the Raiders, when you drop 18 against the Texans,
For the first time in
13 against the
I
Jets.
forget how many years it is since Mahomes started. The Broncos are first place in the AFC West. The Chiefs are out of a playoff spot.
I mean,
right?
they're gonna get in.
I don't know.
They're gonna get in.
I hope
Like
they
let's
don't.
see at their schedule. They're gonna get in. I know they're gonna get in for a fact because it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are gonna beat the Broncos next week. Mark it
I
down
don't
now.
think that. Yeah.
The Chiefs are gonna beat the Colts. Mark that down. Chiefs are gonna beat the Cowboys. I think they could. Yeah, they're gonna get in. There's no way they don't.
They lose to the Chargers, lose to the Titans, lose to the Broncos.
You're saying they lose to the Titans? I was gonna say you're out of your mind.
Lose to the Chargers, lose to the Broncos, lose to the Colts.
I think they're gonna go 1-1 against the Broncos. I
the
think
Colts are a really good team. What do you mean the Broncos only dropped?
the Colts haven't been playing too hot. You find a way to stop Jonathan Taylor, you're winning that football game. They're gonna put all their chips into stopping Jonathan Taylor. And that's what they're gonna do because Andy Reid's a smart coach and he's gonna figure out a way to how to stop him. Like realistically, they had a decent lead, the Falcons, at one point. They were up 4. I guess not decent, but it looks better on the box score than it does. But I think they played well, the Falcons. I mean, I think it's just Jonathan Taylor. You can't stop him. What was it? That 80-yard touchdown, was it? I mean, yeah, like that's not happening against the Chiefs, in my opinion.
We'll see.
So you're like, let me see how long. Yeah, 83-yard touchdown. The Chiefs are figuring out a way to stop that. Chris Jones is going to be a menace. He's going to cause problems for that offensive line, and they'll be fine.
You say what you want to say. I say what I want to say.
So I think that's looking at everything else. That's pretty much going to wrap it up. Again, Seahawks, Lions, NFC favorites in my opinion, and new favorite for MVP, Drake May. I know Drake May lover is pretty happy about his MVP candidate right now. He's favored to win. Actually, I think it's deserving. He's playing great, but Jonathan Taylor's got to be up there too, man. It's insane what he's doing. It really
Daniel
is.
Jones, comeback player of the year.
Oh, 100% comeback player of the year.
I
I think now it's
college football.
we transfer to college football. A lot of big upsets this week in college football, and the first one I think we gotta talk about is just the ACC is officially in shambles. That is one of the worst conferences for football I've seen in a long time. Miami sucks. Georgia Tech's the best. I never thought I'd live in a world where I say Georgia Tech is the best team in the ACC. Virginia's atrociously bad now. Louisville losing to Cal. Virginia losing to Wake Forest and Louisville losing to Cal kicked them out of the college football
You
playoffs.
saying that is going to anger so many people watching because there's 5 ranked teams in the ACC. Boston College, that was a really cool game. They had their annual what's the game called? They had their like annual September 11th Memorial game.
Oh, that's cool.
Against SMU. That was really cool to watch. The jerseys are sick that they wear. They have like specialty jerseys. Unfortunately, could not deliver a win like on the game day that they had there. But SMU looks really good.
They look decent, but again, when you look at the ACC, it's such a weak conference, and when it comes to football, you're playing teams like Wake Forest, Cal, Clemson's atrocious this year. Virginia Tech's really bad. NC State's bad. North Carolina's bad.
Georgia Tech's the best team.
Georgia Tech is. I never thought I'd live in a world where Georgia Tech is the best team. I mean, they lost to NC State a few weeks back, but
And Notre Dame versus Pitt in the.
but it's still like they're one win or one loss team, but I don't know. The ACC is just weird because again, Georgia Tech is the best team, but you lost to NC State. Like ACC is going to get steamrolled in the college football playoffs, like absolutely steamrolled in the college football playoffs. It's not even going to be funny. Those teams are just not equipped to actually compete with the big dogs in the SEC and the Big Ten. Like we could.
I think Miami's horrible.
Oh, Miami, they're going to still find a way to get in because they're going to beat Georgia Tech in the ACC championship game, which is because I think they are better than Georgia Tech.
Wisconsin upset Washington.
Yeah, that Washington, you got to score there. Like only 10 points in that game. This offense completely struggled the whole game. What other games? Yeah, Oregon, Vandy, and Indiana all squeaking by with that win. But that Indiana catch and that throw by Mendoza to beat Penn State was, and Gus Johnson, I think, is one of the greatest announcers of all time.
Fernando Mendoza is gonna win the Heisman.
Future Jets QB, because they need a QB. I don't think Fields is that guy.
You know, in a recent I forget what it was. I don't think it was Ken Palm. They had like the QB rankings of like who's the best quarterback. Arch Manning isn't even like.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, it's not even close, and they don't even have him like going in like the first round anymore. They got lucky. Texas was on bye this week.
Ole Miss beating who'd they play?
Ole Miss. Oh, they demolished Citadel. That's because that was like a
What kind of
random
school is that?
Citadel. I think it's some school in one of the Carolinas. I could be wrong. Alabama beating LSU. LSU's dog water. Notre Dame is going to squeak into the college football playoffs, which is crazy.
Notre Dame. They started the season 0-2.
After, yeah.
2 ranked losses, then blowing every team that they played out of the water, basically.
Because they're not in a conference, so they could get away. They blew out Navy this week.
Navy, beat Boston College, beat USC, beat NC State.
The USC was a big win for them, but that was demolition too. I mean, yeah, they didn't really face a lot of good competition.
Okay.
The best game was USC.
Let's be honest here. Miami and Texas A&M. I get losing to them and losing in the way you lose are bad. Miami was a top 10 team at the time.
He lost. That Louisville loss was so bad. Carson Beck. That was one of the worst games I've ever seen him play.
27-14. Then you come home to Notre Dame Stadium, fall to Texas A&M 41-40. Both not bad losses against ranked teams. People are like, "Oh, how are Notre Dame 0-2 and still in the AP poll?" Because they're ranked teams. You lose to 2 ranked teams by a total of 4 points. It's just like in my opinion, it's kind of ridiculous that people are even complaining about that because truthfully, I've never been a big fan of like people being like, "Oh, Notre Dame is like not that good." Notre Dame historically insane team. I know.
No,
I know
they've been a great team historically.
I know national championships, whatever playoffs, whatever hasn't come to fruition for them yet. Mark my words. Isaiah, you can be my witness here.
Okay.
The Notre Dame Fighting Irish will be winning a national championship either this year or next year. I think this Notre Dame team is better.
They're not beating any SEC team.
I think Notre Dame is beating any team in the first round of the college football playoff. They beat Ohio State. If I'm going to be honest with you, I know this is kind of, that's me.
That is a very hot take.
Hot take. Ohio State is the most overrated team in my opinion. The only thing that's good about them is their defense. Their offense, Julian Sain, mid quarterback. Julian Sain is a mid quarterback. The only good part of their team, defense, and Jeremiah Smith, in my opinion. That's my hot take of the day. Julian Sain is able to throw for this many yards because he has an offensive line that's basically concrete. Who's his quarter? He has Ohio State. Yeah, he has Jeremiah Smith. Yeah, he has like
Sain's a good QB.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. I don't know if you saw Nick Saban said Julian Sain was at Alabama. He redshirted because his coach wouldn't play him. That coach is an idiot, and he was the coach at Alabama when Julian Sain was there. So
Alabama always gets all these good guys, and
I think Indiana Notre Dame. I think that's the national championship.
So we'll discuss like 1 or 2 more games, and then we could do a little bracket guessing off
Sure.
of one of the predictions I see on the internet. I mean, the other games were Tech demolishing BYU. BYU couldn't get anything going on offense. Just 7 points throughout the whole
They
game.
lost their good quarterback though.
255 yards of total offense. And
In
then
my
Tech
opinion,
is
I don't know
good.
what conference they're in.
Who?
Tulane.
Tulane. They're in the group 5, but right now they're projected first out
No, but
because of Memphis.
Tulane, they play their quarterback, in my opinion, is one of the best quarterbacks in college football.
Tulane. Let's see.
Jake Retzlaff. He was the quarterback at BYU last year. Got suspended because of an honor code violation at their school.
Oh, yes, that QB.
And then he goes to Tulane as a walk-on and earns the starting position and gets a scholarship.
That's crazy.
He didn't get a scholarship to go there. He goes there, and because he's that good, he just got a scholarship.
I mean, BYU produces talent, but they didn't get the talent produced this week as just demolished by Tech. And then Missouri also getting demolished versus Texas Tech. I mean, Texas Tech is an insane team. And like in another sneaky team, and they're not going to make the college football playoffs, but I love what they're doing on defense is Iowa. They're going to win a bowl game just because of that defense. All you got to do is score 20 points and you'll be fine in that. So I think now we could go into our little mini bracketology.
Yes, sir.
So this is, I wish I could show the people listening and watching. So,
Okay, so
we'll do one. I'll just list the 1 through 12. So 1 is Ohio State, 2 is Indiana, 3 is Texas A&M, 4 is Bama, 5 is Georgia, 6 is Ole Miss, 7 is BYU, 8 is Texas Tech, 9 is Oregon, number 10 is Notre Dame, number 11 is Virginia, and number 12 is Memphis.
Okay, so if I was gonna go, so first,
So we'll start left and then we'll go
yeah.
right.
So first game, number 8 Oregon versus number 9 Oregon versus number 8 Texas Tech.
Give me Oregon in that game.
I don't think Texas Tech is on the same level as Oregon. I think
so. They go to face Ohio State.
Oregon, Ohio State in Columbus, and then
Memphis is going to get their.
Memphis is going to get belted.
Yeah, they're going to get killed. They're going to get
That's
killed.
not even going to be close. Memphis, no offense, Memphis it's a whole different ball game against.
I agree.
Against an SEC.
And then we go to the right. Notre Dame, I think, is going to beat BYU.
Notre Dame is all over that. CJ Carr has improved so much since the first game of the season. BYU, after getting demolished by Texas Tech, their confidence is going to be in shambles come the next 3 weeks. College football playoff, they're not going to be ready to go. Notre Dame takes that. I'm going to even do a score prediction. I think Notre Dame beats them 40-10.
That's insane. I don't know about all that, but they'll definitely win handily.
I don't know if our viewers have gotten the I like messing with Isaiah.
He's a big Notre Dame guy.
Yeah, I'm a big Notre Dame guy.
And then number 11, Virginia versus Ole Miss is going to demolish.
Virginia's no chance,
so bad. Bro. Like you can't.
Their one ranked win was against Florida State.
And the only reason why they're going to get in is because they're going to potentially be an ACC champ, which
is kind of crazy. You think, for no offense, but like
Virginia. I think Miami might.
Hot take. Virginia fans are going to be mad at me, but like, when is the last time Virginia was good at football?
God knows when.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think just the ACC is not a good college football.
Okay, so you got next up we got
Oregon versus Ohio State. That's gonna be a good
Ohio
game
State.
Too. I think Ohio State is gonna.
I do think Ohio State's good enough to beat Oregon. Oregon's not the same level.
The Georgia Bama game is gonna be
Bama
good.
game. I think Bama.
It's gonna be close.
Bama takes that.
I think Bama takes it. It's a close
Ohio
game.
State, Alabama, which is
gonna be
a
great game.
Fight, yeah.
And then on the other side, we got Notre Dame, Indiana. I'm sorry, I know you're a Notre Dame guy. I gotta pick Indiana. Indiana's so good.
I'm going to continue with my hot takes of the day. Notre Dame upsets Indiana 14-7 on a last-second touchdown.
I think then A&M is going to beat Ole Miss.
I think Ole Miss is not on the same level as A&M. A&M versus Notre Dame for me in the semis. And then semis. And then I think it's Ohio State, Alabama, and then Notre Dame, A&M for me is crazy.
And then I'm going to do Indiana, A&M, and I think this will be best for the college football and viewers. I think it's going to be Alabama versus Indiana, and that's going to be like a 60-60 game or some crazy, or 60-50, because both of those offenses know how to score, and both of those defenses really don't do much. They don't.
It's kind of like St. John's basketball, bro.
We got to get into
Yeah,
that. We got to
can.
get into that.
So Notre Dame, I think they upset Texas A&M, rematch of the second game of the season from South Bend. I think Notre Dame walks into College Station and takes down the Aggies. And
That would be at a neutral site. It wouldn't be at home.
I think Notre Dame still upsets A&M, and then Bama.
I think whoever's on
Ohio
that comes
State,
out of that side of the left side of the bracket is going to win.
Ohio State is going to play Notre Dame for second national championship in a row, and I think Notre Dame upsets Ohio State. Final score.
No bias there at all.
Final score. No bias at all. Yeah, I think final score of that one's going to be, I think 35, 34, 28, 30, 34, 31, something like that. I think it's going to be either a last second field goal or like Notre Dame has had a lot of kicking issues though this year. So I think it's either going to be a last second touchdown or a last second field goal. But I do think the Irish. Can I do a quick edit actually?
Sure.
Okay. I think Indiana takes down the Irish, and then I think it's Indiana A&M, and then Indiana versus Ohio State, and then Indiana takes down Ohio State. I think Fernando Mendoza is.
He would be drafted number 1 if he goes on that run. I mean, it's going to be one of Ohio State, Alabama, or Indiana is going to win the college football playoffs. Like those teams are just above. A&M's good, but I don't think they're better than those 3.
Indiana, Ohio State, Bama, or Notre Dame. Those are my 4 that could win.
Yeah, I'm excited. When does it begin? Let me see. December 7th is when they reveal the brackets.
So long from now.
It is. Not really. It's like a month away.
Yeah.
So that's how it looks. I mean, the group 5 is going to be cool that they finally get a bid and it's ranked based on who's best this year rather than it's the conference getting the top 5 or 4, whatever it was. So I think that could wrap it up for college football.
Or are we doing college basketball?
We could do you want to do college basketball? And then we could do NBA?
Yeah, that's good.
So I guess the number 1, we'll talk about what is the saying? Not the saying, but we'll talk about what's closest to us is
so
Iona
men's basketball team. This past Friday, the Dan Giroux era began at Iona, and they walked out of the Heinz Athletic Center with an 81-73 win over the Hofstra Pride. Opinions? What do you think?
It was overall a good game. I mean, they played well in that beginning first 7-ish minutes where they were up by 20 at one point very early. Then Hofstra played them even the rest of the way. But momentum was always going to be with Iona. Hofstra was never going to come back in that game. I think the momentum really shifted. I mean, got all over social media was Lamine Sabali's poster dunk going number 2 on ESPN.
That has like 772,000 likes or something. Lamine Sabali came from, I think it was Incarnate Word, which is kind of insane to think about. Kind of a lesser known team, comes to Iona and balled out in his first game. CJ Anthony with 24 points. Cozy Akametu with how many points did he have?
I think it was like just under 15. Something like
Cozy Akametu with 14.
Yeah.
14 points, 4 rebounds, 1 for 5 from 3. But Iona going on that run, Denver Anglin playing kind of like a playmaker role, just kind of the timing of passes on this team. Like team looks
they got a good offense.
Yeah, this team looks like kind of like an NBA-esque level team. You get that from Dan Giroux, but like Keyshawn Williams kind of balled out too. Lamine, obviously, Denver hit his 1 3 of the day, but it was kind of a big 3. Forced Hofstra to take the timeout within the first 2 minutes of the game. Aliu Fall was 2 points. Toby Harris and Matt Reed with 6 points each. Khalil Badru.
They got a well-rounded offense.
Khalil Badru with another poster too.
Yeah, put back dunk.
Chase Cormier, 2. I think this Iona team is going to be really, really good this year. They have 2 games this week. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., go to UMKC.
Such a random game.
A random team from the Summit
Home
League.
and home. Bless you.
Thank you.
Nice little home and home.
So they'll come here next year. And then the Iona Gales and the Fordham Rams.
That's going to we'll talk about that game next week. That's going to be fun.
We're excited for that one. Mike Magpayo and Dan Giroux, 2 friends reuniting, playing against each other.
That's going to be a really cool game.
2 teams. Fordham,
they're not going to be good this year.
Not
It's
a
going to be
great,
the Day-Day
not a
Reef
great
show and nothing
Day-Day
else.
Yeah, Day-Day
Let's use
Reef
that whole
show.
offense.
NJIT
That loss to
loss,
NJAT was really bad.
72-61 loss in your first game.
Such a
I
bad
mean,
loss.
embrace growing pains, but Dan Giroux in his first game with Iona takes care of the Hofstra pride.
And that was a team that really played well against UCF. I mean, they
lost by
handled it.
3 to UCF.
They handled that play very well in that game, very well.
And then people are like, "Oh, Fordham might be good because they beat Mount St. Mary's College." Mount St. Mary's College.
That's a D3 school.
Hear me out. Mount St. Mary, New York, D3 school. You beat them 103-37. That's a get right game. That should be a wake up call. You've what? How many players in like double figures? Like 10 players in double figures. You play Wagner tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's a must win if you're Fordham. If you're Mike Magpio, that Fordham team.
And Wagner had the whole thing during the offseason with the coach and verbally abusing players.
Yeah.
Wagner is, I don't even know. They just released their non-conference like a week before the regular season started.
I mean, if Fordham lose to Wagner, it's going to be a long season for the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, they got to win. That's an A10 versus NEC. A10 should win every day of the week versus an NEC school.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. They I don't know. I've always kept a following on Fordham. You go from Kyle Neptune, who uses your school basically on a rental. Same kind of thing Rick Pitino did here. Then he goes to Villanova, gets fired after 2 seasons. You hire his associate head coach, Keith Urgo. Keith Urgo gets fired after 3 seasons. And Keith Urgo, I've never been a big I was a Keith Urgo fan when he first became coach of Fordham, but he's got in over his head. He had this whole ethos of he thought it was more important to be. All I'm saying, it's more like his whole thing was, it's more important to form players as people before they're
athletes.
I agree with that. Jesuit institution, whatever. He cared more about that and about being a member of the university than coaching the team. Now he's at Gonzaga High School, his alma mater in DC, and we'll see what happens there. But
I'm not going to pay attention to any of that.
I'm not paying attention to it, but like it just shows you that maybe he wasn't cut out for a college coaching position. You get recruiting violations.
That's why he got fired.
He gets the buyout because they don't have to pay him because you got recruiting violations, and you fire him because you can't have someone like that in charge of your basketball program. And he delivers the 1 season, the 25-8 season that they had to vacate the wins for anyway. So truthfully, it never happened.
Nope.
And I don't know. It's kind of sad to think about that a Fordham team that was so good is kind of falling off.
Oh, they're done unless they get some big name. But
I mean, they got that one guy, Jack Whitbourne from Australia. He was with Mike Magpio at UC Riverside before he came to Fordham, and he
3,000 miles to come coach college to change college basketball.
I mean,
crazy.
I mean, hey,
they got the bag probably. Probably got the
NIL is probably crazy at Fordham, but now moving to ranked.
Yeah,
St.
I think
John's,
a couple good ranked games this weekend. The big one was, I think, Saturday. Those are 2 good games on Saturday. St. John's couldn't stop a stopped car. One of the worst defensive performances from Pitino that I saw. I mean, Alabama is known to be a great offensive ran team, but again, 103 points. I mean, Alabama couldn't stop St. John's either. St. John's dropped almost 100 as well. In a college game, you don't see that often.
53-44 at half is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
50-52.
hot take here. I think the Iona Gales upset the St. John's.
That is a very hot take.
Well, am I wrong?
You're not. I think they're going to keep it close in the first half, but that's how it always goes. A lot of these bye games are very close in the first half, and then the ranked team or whatever power team they're playing usually pulls away at the end of the second half. I don't know if you
saw this, but like at one point, UConn was up on UMass Lowell like 70-35, and Danny Hurley was screaming at his team.
I saw an insane stat from that game on TikTok. It was, I think it took UConn 12 to 15 minutes in the first half to statistically win the game. UMass Lowell was not statistically going to come back in the first half. That was like the quickest time a game has ever ended. and Dan Hurley was still upset at his team. I mean, Dan Hurley is a great coach. I mean, that's a
But
coach
that's
that I
kinda
want to play
nuts.
for.
That's
Yeah,
I
like a
would
game
not wanna
statistically over
I would
and
not.
after 12 minutes or 15 minutes, whatever it
You
was.
score 64 points in the first half compared to a UMass Lowell team who scored 17. You're still mad at your team. Like, no, like truthfully, like that's where I draw the line, kind of. That's where I'm like, okay, that's kind of crazy. Columbia, they played today. They beat New Haven. I thought if New Haven upset UConn,
That they're not their first year in D1. They got killed versus Penn State.
Michigan State defeated Arkansas.
That was another big one.
yeah.
That place is going to be tough to play at. Michigan State is going to be a sneaky little team this year and come to March. I know we're still at the bye game level. I'm ready for conference play to start and see these more competitive games and these championships that they run before conference play starts and all these tournaments, because that's when real college basketball happens. And I'm really excited to see Kansas with a nice win over, or UNC with a nice win over Kansas. It was a tale of two halves in that game, really. Kansas played really well in that first half, and then UNC just ran away with it in that second half, outscoring Kansas by 21 points. UNC is going to be good. I mean, it's two early top 25 teams playing each other, so I mean, teams are still finding their footing. But at Kansas and UNC, I think are both going to be fine. The same thing with Arkansas. I think Arkansas is going to be fine. Coach Cal is going to do what he usually does, and that's going to be like a Sweet 16 team next year or in March.
I always think Arkansas, after everyone was like, "Oh, St. John's," I had them in my bracket going until the Final Four, and Arkansas upended St.
Patino
John's.
got completely outcoached by Calipari that game. That wasn't. And another big thing that happened this weekend. I don't know. You know that Brandon Dwyer kid on TikTok?
Oh yeah,
he got his first collegiate point.
6 points
2
against
threes.
what was it? North Florida or something?
I think it was it? Yeah, I think it was probably that. Let me see who they beat. It doesn't show on my end, but whoever it was, he got his first bucket of his college career as a grad student, which I'm very happy for him. He's definitely deserving
College
that.
of Florida 96-60, and Brandon Dwyer with
6
6
points.
Let's go.
The crowd erupted when he hit that three. I was like, oh my gosh, good for him.
It was from the same spot last year. He had 2 threes from that same spot, and he bricked both of them off the back rim. And
he deserved that. He really did, for all his work he's put in and stuff like that. But again, we're at a weird point right now in college basketball where there's not a lot of high intensity games until we get to like the championships. We could see maybe if there's any great games possibly next week that we'll want to keep a close eye on. I mean, Michigan, Texas Christian is going to be okay. UCLA, Arizona. Oh, that's going to be a really good game, but it's at 10 o'clock on Friday. It's a little late start on the West Coast. And then Saturday, UConn going to BYU. That's going to be
my
a
eyes
game.
are on.
I will be watching that game on Fox.
My eyes are on this one, actually.
Iona St. John's. Yeah, that's in a month away. I'm excited to watch
12 o'clock
that.
TNT at Madison Square Garden. I will be there in the.
We will both be there.
We'll see what happens. Actually,
it'll be good.
I hope. I really hope. We'll see what happens. But potentially, hopefully, may get a credential. But I don't know about that. We'll see.
So I think that's it. I mean, those were the really big 3 games
too?
this weekend. I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there for probably just the first half. But I mean, yeah,
it is Christmas break, so
yeah, I want to enjoy myself and get some dinner or something.
Yeah.
Since I'm in the city, when I'll be back home and back in the city, we'll probably get some nice dinner and nice grub. And I think that's gonna wrap it up for college basketball. There was no crazy besides the 3 games we talked about. No
NBA.
No crazy games. I think there's some sneaky teams this year in the NBA that I wasn't expecting to be good. My team was the Pistons. Like they're 8-2 right now. They got a young
I knew
team.
they were going to be good. Like last year, they were pretty good. The Knicks rolled the Nets last night.
They should
134-98.
They should steamroll them.
OKC looking like an NBA championship team still. The Warriors beating the Pacers, who are just going to have an off season. Celtics probably going to have an off season too, 5 and 6.
So the Celtics are a weird team. Like they beat the teams that they shouldn't. Like they beat the Magic after losing to the Magic by 13 yesterday. They lost to the Jazz, got killed by the Rockets, beat the Sixers, beat the Cavs. Like the Celtics are a weird team. They're going to be nitty and gritty.
That's what I've been told though. Like it's really hard to beat a good team twice.
Yeah. You're not wrong about that.
I remember last year in high school football, my cousin's team, they played Greenwich High School, who's historically one of the better teams in Connecticut high school football. And they beat them during the regular season. They played them again. Everyone's like, "Oh, same result." Greenwich, what's the word? Sorry, shut them out, 14-0. So, I mean, it's really hard to beat a good team, beat any team twice,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna change up their whole offensive scheme when they play you. So, we'll see. But
And then the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama looks like an MVP candidate. They're gonna be a really good team. I mean, they're young. They don't even have Dylan Harper. Harper's been hurt. So once he gets going, they're gonna be good. Stephon Castle has been playing
Cooper Flagg's
really
looking
well.
pretty good too.
14 assists in Friday's match versus the Pelicans, or Saturday's match, excuse me, versus the
Cooper
Pelicans.
Flagg's looking really good.
He's on the up. I mean, talking about the Dallas Mavericks, they're one of the worst offenses I think I've ever seen in a long time. They just don't know how to score, and they got rid of the number one scorer. You can't have Klay Thompson out there who's been playing atrocious. I mean, they're 30th in the league right now in points per game. That offense is atrocious. 3-7. Trade away Luka for AD, who's been hurt a good amount of the year. And then, like, I don't know. That Mavs team, I think, is done. I said that they were my sleeper team when we were discussing them, and they've been getting absolutely smoked day in and day out. So I was wrong. But hey, the Magic also struggling. Another team I got wrong. I was right about the Sixers. I did say the Sixers. They look pretty good right now. So I'm happy I got those ones right. But
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how the rest of the stuff goes. And I don't think that's much else to talk about this week. I mean, I want to talk about more about college, but it's the bye games right
Yeah.
now. It's tough. But what team was South Carolina also almost losing to another bye game until
I actually do want to check that out real quick. The South Carolina Gamecocks men's basketball team, they have the
Eli Ellis.
is he that good?
Let's see. Yeah, they U.S. Southern Mississippi
20
Golden
points?
Eagles.
Holy crap.
No, Eli Ellis is going to be good. He's going to be good. And he also did really well in the first game, 11 points, 50% from the field. Only took 8 shots, but once he gets
His
going.
brother's going there next year too, Isaac. And then you got the guy, we'll see what happens, but we just got a new commit to Iona men's basketball from
Okay.
Chaminade. Don't know exactly what his name is. Danny Doyle. That's what his name is.
I'm excited to see him hoop around next year.
And then we saw, we'll see what happens. That kid, Troy Hornbeck.
Oh, yeah. If he ever gets a D1 offer.
Maybe Iona's his D1 offer.
I would never.
Dan Giroux.
Dan Giroux recruiting Troy Hornbeck. That would be awkward.
But yeah.
So I think that might wrap it up for us. And we'll be back next week, same time, 9:30 to 10:30, discussing everything that happened this past weekend in sports. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. See you next week.
Been a pleasure, Isaiah.
Been a pleasure as always, Nick.